Yo, welcome back to Kempf Fitness Professional. This is John, and I am reading my quote book before bed, getting some Zen wisdom in my brain. And I just got a great quote that I had to share with you guys. Look not where you fell, but where you slipped. That is so good. To me, it makes me think of the modern medicine paradigm is that we are treating symptoms and not the cause. And I have an analogy that I use for my clients and colleagues with this example is it reminds me when we think about acute versus chronic care or treating symptoms versus treating the cause is it's like standing at the bottom of a children's slide and kids are sliding down the slide and there's a nail poking out the middle of the slide. And every kid that goes down scrapes their leg on this nail. And then we at the bottom of the slide are debating about the best form of treatment to remedy the scrape on their leg. We should use a Band-Aid. Well, we should use Neosporin, or we should stitch it, or whatever it is. It's like, hey, why don't we just take the nail out of the slide, right? Don't look at where you fell. Look where you slipped. Scoot back a few steps and analyze the decisions that you made that led to the outcome that you are now experiencing. Cause and effect. Another great example in the modern medicine paradigm that I like is imagine that you have a sink that is turned on and is overflowing. Why would you mop up the water on the floor? Why would you focus your attention on the end result when you could just alleviate the cause, shut off the sink, right? So look back at the cause as opposed to focusing on the effect. Don't look at where you fell, but look at where you slipped. Start to apply that in your life. That's why journaling is so critical, guys, because you can objectively look back and record and observe what you recorded. So that way you can see, just like a scientific experiment, you are the scientist and the science experiment. So you interject these different variables into your life, these different factors from your environment. I went for a walk today. I drank extra water today. I drank alcohol today. I went out and partied last night, whatever it is. If you document that stuff, the good and the bad, don't hide what you do from yourself. That is critical information that is going to help you make a big picture observation and conclusion about what to continue in the future based on what makes you perform and feel your best. So you can go back and reflect on that information and say, hey, I need to do more of this. Hey, I need to do less of this if I want to achieve X in the future. And so that's the beauty of recording this data, subjective and objective data, as you go, writing down what you did and how you feel, how you felt in the experience. So that way you can analyze and reflect on that and say, hey, that looks like my slipping point. I think that's where I slipped because 2-3 days later, I still feel like I'm falling or I fell down. And a great example for this for me is gluten. I didn't realize that I had a gluten sensitivity until a couple of years ago, but I noticed looking back that it always had affected me more so in different ways. But now, because I eat such a clean diet, because I'm on my shit all the time, if I have a large dose of gluten, it really messes with my mood. And that's the thing too, with the research it's showing, it doesn't just mess with your gut, it messes with your brain too. And not just in a physical sense of brain inflammation, but again, the gluten can cause a fall, which is brain inflammation and exacerbated neurodegenerative effects and mood disorders. For me, it's more of a depression and apathetic state where I get really low and down on myself and negative and apathetic and lethargic when I eat shitty food and when I have gluten specifically. So I know by recording that stuff down and looking back on my notes, I can see where I slipped. So Don't focus on where you fell, but where you slipped. Always think about the cause and then document the process so you can go back and analyze and reflect on that information. That is going to be a critical component in allowing you to continually develop yourself and add the things that make you perform and feel better and reduce the things that take away from you being your best you.